Hello, everyone. So, we thought we are going to go live today. So, a big hi to all of you. And Alexandra is here with me today.
Yes, hello Richard, good to see
Good to see you
you.
too.
I just gonna
And
have to do the technique and then we can have an undisturbed conversation here live. So yeah, our new album is out. I can't believe we managed to push this one out so fast, so ready to go.
yeah, Drops of the Ocean, it's called. And of course, you can stream it on all the platforms besides YouTube, because YouTube, we didn't release all the videos yet. So, but Spotify, iTunes, everything works.
All right. So maybe we should start with the title, Drops of the Ocean. Do you want to kind of tell the inspiration behind the title, what it means to us at least?
Yeah, the title just means that we are all coming from one ocean, from the same source, and as individual drops, we embody certain aspects or certain qualities and bring this into life. So that's we are the drops of the ocean experiencing individuality. Let's call it like this.
I really like the wordplay, to be honest, because we could also say drops in the ocean, yeah, but we choose drops out, of the ocean, which kind of means we kind of filtered something from the general ocean, from that sense of consciousness, of deeper consciousness, and kind of extracted it and are presenting little droplets, little diamonds of how we see or experience the ocean as such.
Yeah, and we also would like to talk a little bit about the different songs. And maybe you want to start, Alexandra, with Rhythm of Life is the first one, what it stands for, what it is.
Um, it, I want to kind of start with the story how we made it because I still remember it so vividly. We were kind of composing and doing things, and we realized we had kind of gotten into a real quiet mode with the songs. We were sort of going deeper in and in, and then we said, like, maybe we should have something upbeat. And you literally walked into the screen because this is how we need to work with living in different countries. You walked into the screen with a guitar and doing this groovy beat, and the first words came to mind, and we really stuck with the words, and I'm so fond of it. I feel it's such divine inspiration, if you find the exact words and they kind of remain in the mantra, in the song. And it was, let's groove to the beat, to the rhythm of your feet. Let's groove to the beat. Life is a dance. And this is a constant conversation between us and people who we work with, like we cannot avoid the dance of life. We want to go straight on. We want to have the narrow road. We want to have the target and, hit it. But in the meantime, we have to also dance the life we are living with all the other chores, with all the other relationships. Like say you have a business goal or something, you can aim for it, but in the meantime, there's a lot of things happening around you. And that's what we're trying to talk about in that very short mantra, because these are the English words. And to me, this kind of dance is truly represented by the Hindu god Nataraja, a form of Shiva, who is dancing between, the evil and holding down that which kind of holds us down, and kind of putting out the foot into the air and saying, this is space, this is the possibility. And he has a drum, he has the beat of life in his depiction, and the fire which kind of rises in us when we start to dance. The activity itself brings us the fire of life.
Yeah, and also the joy.
And
It
also the
means
joy of life.
feeling
Exactly.
alive, being alive, the joy of life. Yeah.
Exactly. And that's
Mm.
and we kind of thought we start off with a little bit of an upbeat kind of notion in the album. So that is a song creator or a mantra, you could call it, to Nataraj, Nataraj Ki Jai. And we followed up with a really with another journey because we were talking about dancing, and we followed up with a journey of being invited to go along with the divine and kind of see the divine in all aspects. And this has come out as the song Come With Me. Do you want to say something to that?
Yeah, and there are certain people which we adore or love a lot, and one of it is Rumi. And so it's basically based on I think it's a snippet of a poem, or how did you
I started
put
off
it?
with a poem, and then it was
Mm.
rather inspired by words he used. That's how I kind of talk about it lately. And because you cannot trace it down to one certain poem, it just kind of started, it started in these conversation between us and the way Rumi kind of talks about nature. That's how I see the lyrics of the song. Mm.
Yeah, and it's also about coming back to God, finding your way home, and things like this. So it's a ballad song, and
Mm.
yeah, it also shows the dance in another perspective. Mm.
Yeah, and in my head, I've always seen a whole orchestra with this, like it had such a force of with the music in it. I constantly see these musical, I used to be deeply into watching musicals. I love them, because they kind of bring that in between space of voicing something through music while trying to convey a message that is deeper and that's not just kind of be there in a sentence. And to me, this song always had the quality of a musical, as you say, a ballad. And if one day we can play it with an orchestra, I would be so delighted because it has such depth, such drive. Yeah, and it's already out as a video there, so please enjoy and comment if you watching it or have watched it. What's your on take on this song?
Yeah, and the third song is Sailing Away, and this is coming more from a personal story in my surroundings where somebody had to flee their country, and so it's in earlier times it was maybe sailing away. Now it's flying away or driving away, and but the sad thing is that people have to leave their countries, and yeah, it's it's about the challenges and all the hardships that people go through if they have to leave their country, if there's war or something like that.
Mm. Yeah, the some of us choose to go on journeys and leave our countries because we see that as an act of, self-development and finding ourselves. At least I do. And other people are really kind of forced to do that. And we are trying to describe the journey of such a person that is taking the leap despite their own desires. Let's say that they're taking the leap, and we're expressing the hopes of that person, what they were trying to achieve by seeking out new opportunities and where they land. So sailing away. It's almost like a very a song that is very present in our society these days. A lot of people have to flee their countries. It's not just, here and there in the constant countries that are kind of pushing other people, but it's it's inching up towards our life here as well. Mm.
And the next song is a little bit different because it's I See You, and since you also see in the background where Alexandra is right now, you see Nimkorli Baba, and it's Uh, the song is about basically seeing him in everything, in the pleasure, in the pain, in the sun, in the rain, all of these things, and also holding on to him in whatever you're experiencing in the moment.
Yeah, it's truly dedicated. You are singing it. The video is also out here on YouTube, and it's a piece where we have the piano in the front, where it kind of, because the piano is such a beautiful instrument to actually express the fragility of our experience. One moment up, next moment, maybe down, and just to hold on to our beliefs, throughout it, and not just being the believer in sunshine, but also in the rain. That is what the song is conveying to us and to you. Yeah.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
then,
And we also dare to go into our native language, even though we often just express ourselves through English songs. And we've kind of, there is somebody who's called Meister Eckhart, and he was a philosopher or a theologist, as they call them. So he was very close to the church, but he had also his, he was really inspired by the divine. And there is a poem or words by him that are conveying that there is just one light, and that's what we're singing in German, das eine Licht. So,
yeah,
mm,
he was also a theologist, I think, who was quite out of the box. So he was not really um, so much in conformity with church in general, but
yeah,
he had his own relationship, very personal relationship with God, and also a mindset.
yeah.
So he's a really interesting figure. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I haven't read much, but I also, what I know, the fun fact around it, that Eckhart Tolle, who is very kind of present these days, he chose the first name we know him under. This is not his birth name, but he chose Eckhart from Meister Eckhart because he kind of helped him, I think, a little bit when after his awakening call. So yeah, Meister Eckhart, maybe check it out and check out the song if you know a bit of German. But also, I think beyond the words, there is a lot of spirituality that is being conveyed through the music, beyond if you don't understand it. Yeah,
Yeah, and it's basically about this that if all the noises in your head are becoming quiet, then you really hear. Then you hear the voice of God, you can call it like this. And if all the lights are going out, then you see the one light,
yeah.
which is also the divine light. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the, even though a lot of us are familiar with meditation, yoga, and whatever, it's so popular these days, no, but in the during hard times, we forget to switch off the head because we so often want to find solutions through our mind. But what God, or what is usually best to start over again. So we can hear God the best when we kind of become more quiet and don't negotiate back and forth in our minds. That's what he's talking about. Yeah. Mm.
Yeah. And the next song is about, again, Nimkroli Baba. It's about his earlier name, let's call it like this, Lakshmi Narayan. And maybe you want to say something more about it.
Yeah, I was surprised because you introduced the name to me, Lakshmi Narayan, and I dug a little bit deeper and found that it's his so-called birth name. That's what he was born with and given to walk the first few years until other people discovered him and gave him names, and we know him best as Baba Neem Karoli, or Maharaji, as he is often being called. Lakshmi Narayan, though, represents also the two divinities in Hinduism, which are consorts to each other, Vishnu and Lakshmi. So Lakshmi is the goddess of wealth, prosperity, health, beauty, and Vishnu is the preserver. So he makes a life possible, that we kind of can sustain humanity, we can sustain on this planet, and that's what he stands for. And they used to be together. At least that's what the mystics in Hinduism talk about. And so it's like a wish fulfilling tree. That's what Baba Neem Karoli impersonated through the name and through his actions. And this is a mantra song, so we're just singing the words of Lakshmi Narayan and Hanuman Bolu, which is another way people refer to this saint or avatar.
Yeah, and the last song on this album is has quite a funny history. So I was with a friend in a thermal spa, and there is this, how can I say this? It's like it looks like a stand of a church somehow, yeah. Um, and it's basically because, of course, it's a thermal spa. There is no, it's not for any religion. It could be Hindu, it could be a Christian, whatever. Yeah, it's not it's not for any religion. So it's the temple without a religion, and yeah, the song is also a little bit about how we experienced, or part of it experienced, the spiritual journey, and what we did, what we didn't do, and things like that. So it's quite a funny song.
Yeah, it's another way of expressing, I think, that we need to learn techniques and that we get tools to kind of get closer to the divine. But in the end, like we have everything already that we need, but in the endless search for ourselves, we are driving ourselves through a lot of techniques. At least I think a lot of people do these days, like from kind of crystal healing to yoga classes, meditation, ayahuasca retreats, you name it. You've been on it probably. And we just wanted to take this whole journey a little bit lighter. And that's what the lyrics portray. The song is not yet out here. Well, we're very much looking forward to presenting it to you in 2 to 3 weeks. So hold yourself steady, hold your horses, or go to one of your streaming platforms if you're interested in listening to it. Yeah.
Yeah, and we hope you enjoy the album, and it might also help you on your spiritual journey on a very personal level. And yeah, so we will see you maybe in the next live video. And we wish you all the best on your journey, and a good day. Take care,
Yeah.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.